I moved away to Chicago, and when I got there at the age of 13, life for me changed. I seen peoples that was in the street, younger than me, and seemed to have everything going for themselves, and I wanted to be like that. And that there led me to stealing, lying, and those things, those seeds there began to grow. The next thing I know, I began robbing, trying to sell drugs, and from that to murder. Something I never thought in a million years that I would do. And that's what sins do, and that's what being lost do. It took me from an innocent child to robbing, from robbing to murdering. My walk with God started in May of 1998. And that's a long time because I got locked up in 76. So from 76 to 98, I was doing just like everybody else. I got so confined to the prison world to where the number 117621 was becoming my name. If you didn't call me that, I basically didn't answer. You got 3 life sentences. You know, they giving you a chance. They let you off death row, first thing. They give you a God fix it before you get life without. That's saying you'll never get out of prison. 3 months later, they changed that. They give me a life sentence. So now I got 3 life sentences. After I get through with the 3 life sentences, now that wasn't enough. I had to go and try to make me a life, try to kill someone, and picks up another life sentence. So that's 4 life sentences. I became irritated because I didn't understand, and for many years I didn't understand what was God trying to teach me. But then he began to send peoples like yourself and other men into the prisons where I was. And they began to teach me, not preach to me, but teach me. At first I didn't want to accept them because they would come with arms open, hugs. You don't want to do that, you don't do that. And I'm thinking, man, why they always want to hug on a man, you know? Why they want to, but you know, that was the Jesus in them. And I was going to walk away, and then I said, no, I'm going to hear what these brothers got to say. And I started listening to them. And they started just pouring their hearts out to me. And I come to find out, the very one that was teaching me, they had storms, they was going through storms too. And it wasn't like they was, you know, we see them sometimes, we don't think, oh, that's the man of God, so everything going perfect for him. But they was having storms too. They were going through storms, but yet they was going through it with a smile on their face and praising God. And so they began to teach me and teach me and teach me, and I began to, now I know I want to be like that. If they can do it, I know I can do it. And as I began to listen to them and examining myself and weighing my options, I realized that out of everything I've done in my life, in my 59 years, I thought about it, and the only thing that I found that never failed, mama gone, daddy gone, a brother of mine gone, but the only thing that lasts forever and never failed anyone since the beginning of time, I learned that it was love. And that's what we all desire. We all desire to be loved. I was angry for many years. I blamed God because I had heard that he created all men in his image, and I was so messed up. And after a while, I began to think about it, and I remember hearing that God will give you the desires of your heart. When I heard that, for me, it was a key. He would give you the desires of my heart. So I began to search a little deeper. What did Timothy really want out of life? And the most important thing I think I really wanted, what I come up with, was love. I wanted to be loved. And most people that's living in a sinful life, they desire to be loved. They do things with other people, lost people to be accepted. Got young men joining gangs to be accepted. And I wanted to be one of those people. I wanted to be accepted. So I started robbing and doing things because people that I knew that's what they was doing. And I was searching for love the whole time, but I was going the opposite way. And after a while, I found myself in more mess than I realized. If it wouldn't been for the prison, thank God for prison, it wouldn't been for prison, I wouldn't be alive today probably. The life I was living, ain't no way I would have been surviving. I would have survived out there, no way. So I thank God. You know, it's hard to say it, but I thank God for prison. You know, it saved my life, but it kept me from going a little bit farther, because I could have went a little bit farther and been no turning back. I would have lost my soul. But because of going there, I didn't lose, but I gained, because it was there that God came into my life, and he took some stuff out of me that I couldn't take out myself. I needed the Savior to do it, and it was Jesus that took it out. When I first got out, I told everyone, don't say the parole board did it, don't say this person did it. Just say one thing, it's what that God did it. You know, I believe that with all my heart, God did it. He did it for me, he'll do it for anybody. That's why I pray that something I'm saying will open someone's eyes, especially young people's. Open someone's eyes and they'll realize that, look, the life that I'm living, if you're living a life of sin, it's time to stop. Because if you don't, then you may not go to prison. You might wind up in the graveyard. So no one can tell me there is no God, because most people have a little less time than I had, and they still locked up. But God seemed fit to open the doors and let me go.
What man of you, having 100 sheep, if he has lost one of them, does not leave the 99 in the open country and go after the one that is lost until he finds it? And when he has found it, he lays it on his shoulders, rejoicing. And when he comes home, he calls together his friends and his neighbors, saying to them, rejoice with me, for I have found my sheep that was lost.